How does the library, and we can come maybe visit this after the break as well, but how does it complement an internet search? Like, because I know a lot of people might go on Google or other forums, but does the library play a role in supporting somebody's continuing learning beyond just the internet? And how does that feel for a community?
Yeah, well, as you know, the World Wide Web is a very, very vast space. And when we get questions that even sometimes staff don't know of at the desk, they're going to use Google, but they're going to know sort of more the route to take regarding which sources might be more credible. And so I guess it sounds like your question is, the internet's out there, you hear these phrases about libraries. What do you need them for? You have the internet. Well, that's, yes, there's lots of great things, like you can get cooking recipes online, but when you start searching for that more detail that might be like health information, or you're looking for information regarding, like, I've got to actually go to court because I've got so and so, you want to make sure you're getting these credible sources and not just going to some forum where somebody's giving you information that could be wrong, could be right. That being said, if you go to something like Wikipedia or these forums and people are alluding to things, maybe you want to fact check them and find credible sources. And so the library plays a role in, when we get those questions in person or even on the phone or whatever, that trying to lead people to sources that are known to be more credible.
It seems like you're more than just bricks and mortar selling books. How important is that for you, for that to continue to happen? And what's the response been from the community so far?
I mean, first of all, the response from the community has been fantastic. I probably get thanked like 15 times a day for opening a bookstore.
Local celebrity.
But I think there's such a big role for both, a public library and a private bookstore to play in this space. Because I think we can bring different things to the table sometimes. It's worth noting the library does a lot more than just provide books in a community. But also for a lot of authors, there is a profit motive out there, right? Like, a lot of these people want to make a living off of their writing. And so sometimes we can get people in and get events in that are a little more, for the authors, maybe more profit oriented than a library can. And so working with the library, I think we can actually get a really nice balance of the types of people we can bring in, the types of events
so you're playing
that we
off
can
each
run.
other. There may be different constituents that look at the library through a specific lens, and maybe a private bookstore through another, but they're not competing. They're more complementary, is what I'm hearing?
Yeah, well, interestingly, people who take books out on loan also buy books. There's actually comprehensive studies done, consumer research in Canada every year, and the average book renter, let's say, like the average library user, is also a book buyer, and the average book buyer is actually also a library user.
Talk to me a little bit about the library's role in either creating partnerships, moving partnerships forward. How important is that to the mandate of what you guys do in the Huntsville region?
Yeah, I don't think it's unique to libraries necessarily, but and sort of that, and to say like specifically Huntsville, I think it's actually not, sorry, back up. It's not actually just unique to specifically Huntsville. I think it's unique to libraries in general. That it takes a lot of people to build a community and to move things forward. And I don't think the library could do it all alone without actually having partnerships. It's been something in my career that seems like it's just bread and butter, working with others to better the community. So to answer your question, yeah, that's really what we do all the time. It's a big part of what we do.
I've seen, I think there's Victoria Order of Nurses come in there and do something with a ball.
Yeah, we have Victoria Order nurses. I apologize if I forget some of our great partners. We're working with Cedar Canoe Books on some author visits, like one we've just had.
Nice.
And then we're working with the Muskoka Indigenous Friendship Center to bring them to the fold in Huntsville, as they're mostly based out of Gravenhurst, their locale. So to make sure that their community is being sort of ported that way. We've worked with Hope Arises in the town with regards to the Truth and Reconciliation Day that happens in September, and Orange Shirt Day. The list goes on and on.